this is Raman from Alberta Real Estate School. Today I wanted to share a lesson with you about bundle of rights as it applies to Alberta Real Estate exam. We will take a look at what are the bundle of rights about the property and what kind of questions you may see on the exam related to this topic. So let's get started. Today we'll take a look at a bundle of rights. The real property rights acquired as a result of ownership of physical real estate are called bundle of rights. This means that when a person purchases some property, whether it's a house, a commercial real estate, or land, they get certain rights that come with the property. These rights collectively are called bundle of rights. So what exactly is bundle of rights and what rights are included in this bundle? Let's take a look at that. The first one is the right to possess the land and use it. So if a person purchases a house, they have the right to move into that house and live in it. The right to lease that land. In the same way, they have the right to lease or rent the house to somebody if they choose to do so. The right to sell the land. The person who purchases a piece of property also has the right to then sell this property to someone else when they choose to do so. The right to give the land away. So if they wanted to give this land to somebody, whether it's a charity, their children, or anyone else, they have the right to do so. The right to retain the land. If this person wanted to keep the piece of property for themselves and use it for themselves, they have the right to do so without being questioned about it. So let's recap. Bundle of rights is a collection of real estate rights of the owner. These include the right to possess the land and use it, the right to lease the land, the right to sell the land, the right to give the land away, as well as the right to retain the land. Now let's take a look at some exam questions that you may see around this topic. First question, bundle of rights includes the right to use the land, the right to rent the land, the right to do nothing with the land, or all of the above. First exam question, the bundle of rights includes the right to use the land, the right to rent the land, the right to sell the land, the right to do nothing, or E, all of the above. The correct answer is E. All of these rights are included in the bundle of rights. So the person can use the land, rent it, sell it, or do nothing with it and keep it to themselves. So the correct answer is E, all of the above. Next exam question. The limitations to the rights of property ownership include the right of the government to impose property taxes, the right of the government to expropriate the land for public good, the right of the government to establish laws to regulate the use of the land, or D, all of the above. Correct answer is D. So even though a person has the bundle of rights, however, the government still has rights that will supersede person's ownership right. These include the right of the government to impose property taxes. When you purchase any piece of property, the government will tax you on that property based on the assessed value of that land. So government has that right to impose taxes on us. The government also has the right to expropriate the land for public good, which means if, let's say, there is a highway being built and they need to acquire land for that, they have the right to acquire that land. Now, of course, the government would pay for that land. However, they do have the right to expropriate the land. That means take the land and use it for public good, which is to build a highway or something else that needs to be built. The right of the government to establish laws to regulate the use of the land. Every municipality or city government has bylaws and regulations that everybody has to follow. This is what it means by the government's right to establish laws to regulate the use of the land, and we are required to follow these bylaws and regulations. That's why the correct answer is all of the above. Next question. Sam Lee helps his client Amy buy her first home. Amy asks him about her rights that come with real property ownership. These include the right to rent her place, the right to possession, enjoyment, and use of the property, the right to enter the property, the right to sell the property, or all of the above. In this case, the correct answer is E. As we just studied, the bundle of rights will include all of these rights. She has the right to rent the place, to use it and possess it, to sell the property, or to enter the property when she wants to. So the correct answer is E. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the Alberta real estate exam or need help preparing for the exam, please feel free to call me using the number below. See you next time with another exam topic.